Three, two, one, let's jam. Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Haarute. My name is Matt. Hello. Okay everybody, so we're starting with this finale. I've said before, I'm pretty sure this is a two-parter, so if that's the case, then we're starting this two-parter today. Okay, so last time what happened? Last week we had an episode with a bunch of fishmen. I sang a full-on Metalocalypse song and did like a straight-up full video for it. Nobody's gonna know what that is or care about it probably. And then I watched the final episode to Cowboy Bebop a couple of days ago, and I'm emotionally unstable as a result. So let's do it. Let's watch Buffy. Alright, so Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. Pop up on screen. You can support the channel and you can watch the ending to Buffy Season 2 already. Not Season 3. Not yet. We'll get there when we get there. It's gonna be a couple of weeks from now. Actually, when is this coming out? So this should be coming out. Sorry, I'm fucking winging this shit. This should be coming out on like the 19th. Yeah, so maybe like a week and a half from now. Buffy Season 3 will start on Patreon, maybe not on YouTube. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, ending the next episode is available on Patreon. That's all I can offer right now. There was full-on reactions and just supporting the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Let us begin. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 2, Episode 21. Let's go.
There's moments in your life that make you, that set the course of who you're gonna be.
Okay, I'm into this. We're gonna see young Angel. Hey! Man, those sideburns. Who that? She's a vampire. Is this when she converts him?
I've never been anywhere myself. I always wanted to see the world, but
I could show you.
I'm not afraid. Show me.
Alright, and here we go. Yep. And now back to here.
Are you really that anxious to come up against him?
I want it over with.
Oh, yeah, finals.
Yes.
Why didn't you let me die?
Look on the bright
don't
side.
say that.
It'll all be over soon.
Oh, don't say that. That sounds all very ominous. So I really like that first line that he said when the episode started, because I do like the idea of like, there's like a moment that changes the entire course of your life. Because I don't know if we all have that, because I definitely do. Like, I definitely have, like, one thing that I'm, like, that happened randomly, and I'm, like, look back at that, and I'm, like, that has defined me as a person forever. Like, everything. So I really like that as a concept. For Femi, it was just, like, the moment I got turned into a vampire. We did get to see a little bit of what he was like as a human, though, which is very interesting. He was like, I want to see the world, but he also just want to get some mad puss. Oh, hey.
Stupid Giles, and he told me we had the best authority in obscure relics, right?
Ooh, obscure relics. I like that.
Construction workers dug it up outside of town. Don't have a clue what it is.
It certainly predates any settlements we've read about.
Oh, I'll be damned. I figured it was solid.
Okay, which means that this is very dangerous now. There could be something inside.
Can we open it up?
Could I ask, would you wait?
Just in case. Oh, back in time again. But this is later. This is like 60 years later or something, I think. Oh, is this Drusilla? Maybe. Yes?
Oh, Father, I'm so afraid. I've been seeing again, Father. Yesterday, and then we're going to work in the mine. A terrible fright. My stomach all tied up, and I saw this horrible crash.
Wait, so she could see the future even before she... Okay, I see. So she just has a gift from birth.
I'm cursed. My seeing things is an affront to the Lord, that only He's supposed to see anything before it happens. But I don't mean to, Father, I swear. I swear.
Oh, this poor girl. I feel really bad for her, knowing what happens later.
Even a devil child like you.
Oh my god.
Yes, you're a spawn of Satan.
Oh my god, here it...
Fulfill his plan, child. Be evil.
Oh my god.
No, I want to be good. I want to be
We all
pure.
do.
That's so fucked up.
God is watching you.
Remember that.
At the museum,
Oh boy.
tomb, with a surprise inside.
Mysterious obelisk unearthed. Okay, this is very intriguing. I like this. It's like the judge thing, but like for a finale, so it'll be cooler. Are they in the computer
Amy?
room?
What's
Can't
the
they
matter
find the
anyway,
thing? Drop a pencil or something, please.
You're just gonna give up, then don't waste my time. Wow. Really are a good teacher.
That's nice.
Two atoms are linked by...
Drop the pencil, let's go! Damn it!
I'm learned, girl.
Drop it again!
Here. Deja vu. Really?
Yeah. Oh, hey.
What do you mean deja vu? Yeah, let's check it out. So that has the information for the angel ritual. But now Buffy's determined to kill him though. So...
Oh boy.
Restoration of the soul. All we need is the item. But this is very interesting because Buffy has already made her mind to kill him. Like she's like, I'm gonna kill him. And now she just came across the restoration ritual. So now how does she feel? What does she want to do? Okay, cool. 1898. What is this? So this should be like 28 years later, I think. Oh, is this when they... I think this is when they turn Angelus into Angel. They give him back his soul. Okay. They did it.
It will hurt more. Where am I? Everything you've done for 100 years. In a moment you will. The face of everyone you killed. They will haunt you, and you will know.
This is a really weird form of punishment because you're not punishing the person that did it.
I don't.
Isn't it a different person altogether? A different soul? I guess Angelus is still inside of him in some way, but it's really weird.
Looks like Miss Calendar was trying to replicate the original curse.
So he killed her before she could tell anyone about it.
The ritual itself requires a greater knowledge of the black arts than I can claim.
I've been going through her files and researching the black arts.
Oh my god, is Willow gonna turn into a witch? That'll be so good. It's not a witch, it's not Amy, but...
Everyone here is a crazy person. So this spell might restore Angel's humanity? Who cares?
Here we go.
Let's not lose our perspective here, Sander.
Sander,
I'll
shut the
respect
fuck
guy.
up.
Angel's a killer.
It's not the same person.
All is forgiven? I can't believe you people.
Xander has a point.
No, he doesn't.
Which is that Angel needs to die.
Curing Angel seems to have been Jenny's last wish.
Yeah, well, Jenny's dead.
Stop it!
Slap him.
What do you want to do?
Yes. She must feel really weird about this.
What happened to Angel wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but what happened to Miss Calendar is, you can paint this any way you want. But the way I see it is that you want to forget all about Miss Calendar's murder so you can get your boyfriend back.
The way I see it is that you motherfucker are jealous and that I should ignore everything that you say from now on until the end of the show. Okay, oh yeah, this bloodline. Fuck. Sorry, it's been like 20 minutes, I forgot. We have a weird sarcophagus here. What is inside? I'm into it. I'm into ancient things coming back. I don't know what this is, but I can't fucking believe Xander. I mean, I can't believe it. It's in character. I'm just getting tired of yelling at him to shut the fuck up. Oh, okay.
I'll have one of these to go.
What is inside though? They do still need the orb of Tesla or whatever the fuck. So.
I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, the ring. Whew. Like this whole thing about like people keep claiming that Angel is responsible for anything. Like in some ways he is, but also he's not. It's like a completely different person. So Kendra?
You know,
Kendra! I wasn't expecting that shit.
Kathla the demon came forth to swallow the world.
Ooh.
He was killed by a virtuous knight who pierced the demon's heart before he could draw breath to perform the act. Kathla turned to stone, as demons sometimes do.
You know, common thing. We're about to summon a demon who's about to end the world. Well, that looks a little bit goofy.
Someone pulls out the sword.
Someone worthy.
Oh, we have a King Arthur here. So, who can pull it out? Do we have to trick someone in the main cast to pull it out? Buffy or Kendra?
The demon universe exists in a dimension separate from our own.
Okay, exposition.
Vortex, a kind of whirlpool that will pull everything on Earth into that dimension.
Like the merger in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Angel should be eliminated. I'll kill him if I have to. But if I don't get there in time, or if I lose, then Willow might be our only hope. Blessed by the knight who first slew the demon.
Ooh,
If all else fails, this might stop it.
cool. We just have that.
An orb of Thessala?
Yeah,
Whatever that
or of
is.
Tesla.
Vault for rituals of the undead. I've got one.
Oh, you
I've been
just-
using it as a paperweight.
You just have one?
Can't help you study for tomorrow's final.
This means that if Jenny had just talked to him about it, he could have just given her the orb, which means that she wouldn't have gone to the shopkeep, which means that they wouldn't have been able to track her, which means that she would have been alive. Again, if there had just been any communication. I didn't like that look. That was a look of like, oh my god, is Will about to die? Oh, he's still playing. He's still pretending that he can walk. What is he about to do? Spike is a very interesting element right here. So he just needs to kill someone, and then he'll be worthy to pull out the sword, I guess? Manhattan, 1996. So if this month is August, then I was born. Oh, this is also like... This is like right before the show starts, right? So this is Angel like a little bit before he met Buffy. Man, he doesn't look good.
But you wouldn't bite me on account of your poor tortured soul.
Okay, he knows a lot.
Sad.
Who's this
Vampire
guy?
with a soul.
I was wondering what happened to him that turned him from hobo into functional person by the time he meets Buffy. Who is
Not
this
yet,
guy?
but I'm looking to find out. Because
He knows a
you
lot.
could go either way here. Nobody understands me. That's my curse. Dog meat. Mustard.
Is this another vampire with a soul or something?
A demon. Technically. I mean, I'm not a bad guy. Not all demons are dedicated to the destruction of all life.
Are you fucking Crowley from Good Omens?
I want you to see something. You see? And then you tell me what you want to do.
So, does he take him to Sunnydale? Man, that girl looks like shit.
Is Tyler taking you?
Ooh. This is our previous school.
Okay. See you later. Bye. Call me. Okay. Call me. Call me. I will.
Are we gonna see what happens? That she burns down the gym or whatever the fuck she did?
Buffy Summers,
Yeah. Hi. What?
Is that...
I need to speak with you. You must come with me. Your destiny awaits.
Oh, is this how she turns into a Slayer?
You are the chosen one.
Ooh.
You alone can stop them.
Okay, so she wasn't a vampire Slayer up until like right before the show started then. So this also means that Angel was just watching her
Not the heart.
since the very beginning. Yeah, girl, you feel anatomy. This is very interesting.
You see your power.
Who is this guy too? Like, who is he and where is he?
You know we worry, that's all.
Were their parents still together? This is very interesting. I wasn't expecting this to be like so right before the show starts.
Just because you can't discipline her, I have to be the ogre.
I'm not having this conversation again.
So she's also a reason why they split up. We have seen hints of that, but the reason why they're fighting is because of this, huh?
I want to help her. I want to become someone.
God, jeez, look at you.
You have something to live for.
I want to learn from you,
Who is this guy?
but I don't want to dress like you.
Again, you're annoying me. You're lucky we need you on our side.
Wait, who is this guy and where is he? The same goes for the guy with the mustache that recruited Buffy. That's so interesting. I want to know so much about a year previous. Or 2 years, I guess. Commercial break. And... You're not worth it.
Disappointing.
Turn to an old friend. We'll have our Armageddon. I swear.
Alright. Throwing a Tommy Wiseau there. I wonder if Worthy maybe is like a good noble person. Like Kendra or Buffy. Maybe they are worthy. Wait, who? Oh no, this is a vampire. This is what they covered.
You will come to him or more will die tonight.
Okay. That's a way to deliver a message.
We're all set up.
Oh boy.
Which means you just have to hold Angel after.
I feel like Buffy's gonna cost Armageddon or whatever. Maybe even Kendra. Oh no, Angel's gonna act like, no, I'm good. And then they're gonna be like, wait, are you?
This is my lucky steak. I call it Mr. Pointy.
That's a fun name. It's a good
Want me to
steak.
get you a stuffed animal?
Hello.
Hello, lover.
Another thing that could happen is that he could revert, but Buffy doesn't believe him. Okay.
Give me the sword.
Oh no. Oh god, we're getting attacked. Well, god damn it. Luckily we have a Kendra with us, but this is still bad. Did they destroy the orb? I don't think that was the orb. But if they just destroy the orb, then we're fucked. Oh boy, that's bad. That's bad. Oh! You know, we all should just have stakes in our pockets. Will us out. She doesn't have her Mr. Pointy. God damn it. There's a bunch of stakes right there. Just use one. Fuck.
You never learn, do you? This wasn't about you. This was never about you.
Mm-hmm.
And you fall for it every single time.
Yep. Oh boy. Is that a boss level character walking in? I think it is. I think that's a Drusilla. Oh lord. That's bad. That's a real bad. I'm sorry, I believe in Drusilla over Kendra for this one. Kendra could go back just to die on us.
Be in my eyes. Be in me.
Did you just mind control her? You can do that? Nope. There we go. I don't think she's dead. Oh god, they're coming in for Giles. Why him specifically? To torture Buffy. That's the easy one. I don't like the slow motion. This is dramatic slow-mo. I don't like dramatic slow-mo.
Even if you see him coming, you're not ready for the big moments. No one asks for their life to change. Not really, but it does.
Yeah.
The big moments are gonna come. You can't help that. It's what you do afterwards that counts. That's when you find out who you are.
I like this narrations.
Freeze! You'll see what I mean.
Okay. We'll see what you mean. That's that episode. Dude, the recording for that episode was like 1 hour and 12 minutes. Just because I left for like half an hour because my nose was acting up and I couldn't record. That's why there was a cut in the middle if you were watching in full length. But alright then, Buffy. Man, okay. I really enjoyed that episode. I really did. So there is like a ancient MacGuffin creature that has been introduced. And that's something that I enjoy. But I would enjoy it a lot more if it like stayed. But it could, like, after next episode, like, maybe something could happen and there could, like, I don't know, like, there could be a rift in reality that will be a thing that will just carry on for the next, like, 5 seasons or some shit. Like, that could be a thing. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. The main thing about this episode, for me at least, it would probably be seeing Angel across time, you know? So it starts with the very beginning. You see when he got turned into a vampire for the first time. And then you get to see him like meeting Drusilla and kind of torturing her, like the very beginning of it. Then you get to see him having his soul being shoveled back into his body and how he would hurt forever. And then you get to see him like right before the show starts. And this is very interesting to me because the fact that Angel was in such a state right before the show started, I was like, what changed them? And the answer is Buffy, actually, which is very interesting because we got to see also the very beginning of Buffy as a vampire slayer. And like, I have a lot of questions here because Buffy's just at school and she's just living her normal school life alongside just her classmates. She's very Cordelia-like a little bit, you know, not fully, but like a little bit. She seems like a popular girl, wears all pink, and she just talks and chats with her friends. She's very social. And I do remember, I'm going to be honest, I do remember people being like, well, Cordelia is supposed to be kind of like what old Buffy was like. And I'm just sitting here like, I have no way of knowing that. Like a random YouTube commenter, I have no way of knowing that until I see it later. So maybe don't say that and I'll get to see it eventually. But at least this is helpful for me right now. You know, the fact that I can see that, I can draw a parallel there a little bit. But she's just living her normal school life. And then suddenly this guy shows up, this guy in a suit and a mustache. And he's like, you're the chosen one. You're the new vampire slayer. And she's like, what the fuck? And what's interesting about this is that Angel is there right there when it happens. So Angel was right there for her right at the beginning when she just turned into a vampire slayer. And it's very interesting for multiple reasons. First things first is the fact that she is the main drive for Angel to just be normal. Because honestly, like the way you see him in 96 in this flashback in Manhattan, that's what it should be actually. Like, Angel is doing too well by the time that you see him in the show. He's not doing well, but he's doing too well considering the mental state he was supposedly in. So when you see him here, he's literally just a hobo on the streets, drinking rats once like a month. And according to what this guy says, I forgot the name of this guy, the guy with the hat. The guy who might or may not be Satan. I'm not sure what his deal is. But yes, I like this idea, this version of Angel. The fact that Angel is just like so fucked up and so depressed and hates himself so much. He literally cannot even hurt animals. Like, I mean, he hurts one, a tiny one that people consider a pest. But he just has that to live. And it's like once a month. And that's that. And it's this thing where like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he had just like wanted to die, like kill himself. So I'm surprised that he even managed to last that long. But he's at this point in time. But then this guy shows up. And this is the other very interesting part about this episode that I don't know what the fuck is going on. This guy shows up and he claims to be a good demon or a helpful demon. Something like that. I'm not entirely sure. He doesn't elaborate a lot on that. He's just a mysterious guy who knows a lot of shit, and that's what's interesting here. This guy walks in and he's like, I know everything about you. I know exactly how many years you've been at this, and here I'm gonna take you, and I'm gonna take you exactly where the next Vampire Slayer is, right before she even knows that she's gonna be the Vampire Slayer. We're gonna be right there when she finds out, and then we're gonna be right there in order to see her slay the first vampires. And we're gonna be right there to see the family drama unfold around her. And it's like, that's way too good of a timing. This guy knows a lot of stuff, a concerning amount. How does he know so many things? And here's the thing, this is a supernatural show, so it could just be like, whatever, he's a wizard, right? He's a wizard and he can see the future. Done. That explains that. But it could also be a thing of like, he has a gift similar to Drusilla's. He is in league with Drusilla. He is Satan himself. He is God himself. I don't know. It's not Morgan Freeman. It's this guy. Like, I don't know. It could literally be anything. I don't fucking know what the deal with this guy is. He might be a time traveler. That's also a possibility. I'm still trying to find ways to like sneak in time travel into this story, just because I really like time travel. But like, yes, like I have no fucking clue. I have no clue what this guy is. I don't know who he is or what his motivation is, because he just shows up, and what he does is that he gives Angel the motivation to turn into a real person. That's also kind of what he says. He's like, you're not a real person. And okay, once you become a real person, you're going to realize how much of an outcast you are and how difficult that's going to be. But like, he's actually encouraging him to do that, and he wants him to do that. Why? That's also a thing. Whenever you see something like this happen, you have to wonder, you have to ask yourself, why? Why does he want Angel to turn into a real person again? Like, why does he want that? Could he see the future? Could he see that Angel would turn evil? And then he was like, well, I'm going to set the pieces into motion so this may happen. Because that could be a thing, actually. Because his motivation was Buffy right away, which means that maybe he actually wanted him to fall in love with Buffy, because if he falls in love with Buffy, that maybe opens the possibility for Angelus to come back due to the nature of how the curse works. So that's it. So if this guy knows how the curse works, which he probably does, because he knows a lot of stuff, then he could just be evil. He could just be a bastard, because and the only reason why he seems helpful is because he's setting the pieces into motion in order for Angel to eventually revert back into Angelus. Okay, then who sends this guy? Who is this guy? What? He's a demon, sure. What kind of demon? What's going on here? Mysterious figure. I have no idea. We'll see later. Next episode, next season. I don't know. But yes, that's just this guy. This guy with the hat. Kendra came back. I like Kendra. Kendra might be dead. I don't know if she's dead. I don't think she's dead, actually. I mean, it's interesting because right there at the end of the episode, they framed it as she's dead. Like, she could be. I'm not gonna say she's not. She could be, because the entire ending of the episode was very much like running into slow motion. Oh my god, my friend is there on the floor. And it's also a little bit tragic, not just because she was here protecting my friends, but also because she was here and she didn't have her stake. You can see it in the fight. She has a moment where she like tries to pull out something and she realizes she doesn't have it. She gave Mr. Pointy to Buffy. Also, it's tragic. Buffy's gonna have a memento now. But yes, that could also be a thing. That can all be a thing. She could also not be dead. And the reason why I say that is because Drusilla had a moment when they were fighting where Drusilla was like, look into my eyes. Let me hear specifically what she said, because it might be indicative of what happened. Be in my eyes. Be in me. That's interesting. Did she suck her soul? She could have. I don't know what the fuck she can do. But like, okay, that's what they're gonna do. I mean, this is just a crackhead theory, but it could happen. This is what they're gonna do. Next episode is gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's dead, because she is, quote unquote, her body is. Her soul is trapped in Drusilla. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna free her soul. And that's gonna be the last we see of Kendra. Her body is dead, but her soul is alive. We're gonna get her soul in I don't know. I don't know what they could do. A stuffed animal, a magical sword or dagger or stake into Mr. Pointy. Another person. Maybe she takes over Drusilla's body. I'm literally just coming up with random shit now. This has like no bearing on reality. But this would be a way that they can be like, oh, she's dead. But then it's like actually like this is actually what happened. Because then it's very weird the thing that Drusilla is doing of like be in my eyes, be in me. Like that was weird. There was no reason for her to do that. If she just wanted to kill her, she could have just like then what was the point of doing this then? So options here. She's going to be dead, quote unquote. Her body's going to be dead and she got her soul or something. Or alternatively, oh yeah, the dolls that Drusilla had, I have to mention them again. That is a high possibility that she traps people's souls in that because I said that immediately when it happened. As the show went onwards, maybe that's not the case because Drusilla just talking to inanimate objects is very in character, but that could be a thing. Let's not forget about that. But also the other thing that could happen is that like next episode she just stands up and it's like, oh, she's fine actually. But now she's a sleeper agent. Now she's one of them. So now we'll have like 4 boss level enemies to take care of. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Man, I'm getting tired of telling Sander to shut the fuck up. Honestly, like someone pointed out in a comment on, I think it was Passion. Someone pointed out in a comment that like Sander feels very real because he's such a shithead, and that they actually really hated when Sander said, fuck it, let's kill Angel. I told you all Angel is a bastard. Like, and they were happy that I told him to shut the fuck up. You can be happy again that I'm telling him to shut the fuck up again. Because that's the thing about Sander. Sander is very up his own ass. Sander is very self-centered. Because, like, he's not angry that Angel is killing his friends. He is angry that Angel got bad pussy and he didn't. That's literally it. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, and Angel presses buttons too in the hospital episode. That's literally what he said. He was like, "You're angry that I got there before you did, didn't you?" But like, and that's fucking whack. But I can't believe that that's literally Sanders' thing. Like, he hates Angel. And that's the thing, is that he's like, I hate Angel. I've always hated Angel. I'm fucking right. And everyone's like, you're not. Shut the fuck up. And like, fucking our teacher just died. Like, shut up. This is not about you. He's making it about himself. And the same thing is what he does in this episode. They're having this moment where they're considering whether or not we can restore Angel. And they're like, do we do it? Do we not? And Sander just jumps in. And he's like, no, don't do it. He's a bastard and I hate him. And you know what? I think you just want to, like, just forget about our teacher who's dead just because you want to bring your boyfriend back. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. The only reason why you're saying that is because you're jealous. Which means that you are the one that is making it about yourself. Shut up. God. That's something, okay, something I have to, like, mention about Sander is the fact that, like, God, he's such a shit. That doesn't make him a bad character. It just makes him a bad person. So I don't have to like him. And well, that's the thing. Is that like sometimes he has moments where I'm like, you have my respect. Like in the very first episode of the season. That's what I like, because he had a moment where he just told Buffy to go fuck herself because he was actually worrying about Willow. And that was a moment where I was like, oh, that's really good. But then now he has a moment where he's like, actually, I'm angry at that guy because he got pussy and I didn't. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, this is what we're doing. Like, also, the whole Sandler drama thing that he's overreacting to the Angel stuff. I'm like, this is also part of the thing that I hate. And it's not to the show, it's to him as a person. It's the fact that, like, he hates Angel because he's jealous that Buffy's in love with Angel and not with Sander. That means that Sander has moved on from his crush with Buffy to the point that he's like, fucking kill that guy just because that guy got with her and I didn't. So he's so jealous that he's willing to commit murder. So this entire drama is based on the fact that, like, he really wants to be with Buffy. He has a relationship with Cordelia. And that's what, like, that's like the extra layer of like, oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, you're fucking hopeless. Like, and like, you can see this across this season. There are multiple scenes where Cordelia is like, you're thinking about Buffy too much. And I'm just sitting here like, he could not. And then Sander proves her right. I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, dude. Also, Cordelia is the best character on the show. I'll continue to say that. So the fact that like Cordelia is metaphorically getting shafted, not literally, by Xander, and Xander's just still hung up on the whole Buffy thing to the point that he's like, fuck it, let's kill Angel because I say so. It's like, oh my god, shut up. Like, and this is something I want to point out. This is something I want to specify. I want to clarify this. Is the fact that like, if he was like, let's kill Angel because he keeps murdering our friends, then you can be like, okay, that's a fair assessment. That makes sense. Okay, we can like follow that line of reasoning and be like, maybe we could do that. But the problem is that Xander jumps in and he's like, let's murder him because I'm jealous that you love him. And it's like, oh my god. And then like they had this thing where they said like this was Jenny's like last wish, and Xander says something like, Jenny's dead, like who gives a shit? And Giles just had a moment where he was about to fucking deck him in the face, just fucking, what the fuck did you say? And I'm honestly like, I'm disappointed that nobody punched him in that scene. I would have punched him. I would have been like, dude, what the fuck? Like, leave this room. You're not part of the crew anymore. Fucking go. Anyway, if anything, this gives us... this is something I'll say about the show. The fact that they made Xander like this means that they know that they're making Xander like this. You know, they know that they're making Xander a shit. Which opens the possibility for growth in the future. Because we have like 100 episodes left to go. Like, we have a lot of show to go. So it opens the possibility for like growth in Xander's character, because the thing about Xander's character is that like he sucks, but people admit in universe that he sucks. So I'm just sitting here like, well, then if that's the case, then maybe some things could change in the future, or maybe they could do the whole thing where like character dies and then you're sitting there left with this like weird feeling of like he was a shit, but he died for like a greater good or something like that, so it makes him like a tragic hero. That's a lot of time dedicated in this video for Xander. Let's move on from that. I did mention a couple of things that I noticed that I just want to point here, is that, oh my god, I almost started sneezing out of nowhere. What the fuck? I hate my sinuses so much, dude. Again, during that episode, like 10, 15... Where was I? So, something I did notice, a couple of things actually, that are not directly apparent, but you can see them and you can infer them. So, Jenny could have lived, maybe. So I say maybe because the whole Drusilla can see the future thing is like a little bit of a cheat. But if Jenny had told Giles that she could have maybe restored Angel's soul using an orb of Tesla or whatever it's called, then Giles could have just given his to her, and then she could have just like used that in order to restore Angel's soul. And the thing is that, and I don't know if they could have been able to stop her or not, because we don't know what Drusilla sees or doesn't see. But we do know for a fact that in that episode, in Passion, Drusilla went to this dude on the shop that sold all of these obscure items. And she was the one that asked him about her buying the orb. And then that's when Angel went to her. So, because of that, we can say that if she had just told Giles, if there was communication, then she could have maybe done it without them ever discovering that she was doing it. Maybe. The whole Drusilla thing is kind of a cheat, so maybe she could have just seen her doing it and then she would have been like, oh, we need to go kill that teacher. But the way they got to her was because they went to the shopkeep first. So if she hadn't gone to the shopkeep, it is very much possible that we could have turned Angel back and she wouldn't have died. That's tragic. And it's something that like they don't know, but I know. And it's like, okay. Another thing that I noticed, and this is not that important of a thing, but it is a thing, is that during the flashback, well, yeah, when Angel is stalking Buffy in the past, he sees that Buffy went home late, and then the mom got into a fight with her over it, and she was like, oh, I was with some boy or whatever. So this does give her a bad reputation. It also makes them so they don't want her to hang around boys. Also, the way she spoke made me think that the parents were still together, and they in fact were still together. And then they started fighting over the fact that she was late. And because of that, you can infer that, like, because it was so recent, you know, because this was 1996, which I'm pretty sure is when the show starts. So this is like right before the show starts, like months before, which probably means that like that was the fight, or it was like at least something that was very much present when the parents did have a divorce. And you can see a little bit of this in the Nightmares episode when Buffy, she sees her dad and her nightmare is her dad telling her that she sucks and that's the reason why they split. And Buffy starts crying. That was like the best scene in that episode. But that tracks with what we see here is that she's very much aware that her parents are fighting because of her. And that's definitely a thing that weighs on her. So that was a very fun thing to see here. Well, not fun, but something that makes sense and I enjoyed. The fact that Angel sees all of this and he's like, this poor girl is like, she's too young, she doesn't know what to do, she's gonna need help. So I'm gonna try my best to do that. And it sucks because like you see here that Angel was actually just literally rotting on the streets until someone was like, hey, don't you want to go help that Slayer girl? And he was like, yeah, I could help that Slayer girl. She needs help. And she kills vampires, which I'm down for. Maybe this is my chance in redemption. It's not. It unfortunately wasn't. So yeah, I still think that guy with the head is evil. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, what else happened in this episode? I mean, we have that demon that will apparently summon hell on Earth if we pull the sword back. Like, I think that what Angel is trying to do is that he's trying to bait Buffy or some... I don't know what he's trying to do, actually. Oh, they took Giles. Maybe Giles is a person that can pull the sword out. That could be a thing. That could happen. But Giles would never do that. Unless... The ending wasn't that specific, but... Like, I'm thinking, like... Because they took Giles. Like, they straight up said, like, this is what we came here to do. So I'm like, okay, what are they trying to do? Maybe Giles is the pure person that can take the sword out because he's a watcher or something. If that's the case, then I'm like, well, he's not gonna do it. But then I'm sitting here thinking like, well, the only way he would do it is if someone he cares about was in danger, and they could just take Willow or Xander or Cordelia and just be like, we can kill them if you don't do this. Also, when I said that, I realized that maybe it's much more simple. Maybe they took Giles because then they're gonna tell Buffy, you pull out the sword or we kill the librarian man. That could happen. Maybe Buffy's the one that's gonna pull the sword. I mean, what would be more fucked up? Okay, I know what the answer is. What would be more fucked up if they threaten Buffy to pull out the sword or kill Giles and she refuses and they kill Giles, or if she pulls out the sword and she unleashes hell? And the answer is she pulls out the sword, unleashes hell, and then they kill Giles. That would be the most tragic. That could happen. I also don't know where Xander and Willow are. I think Cordelia left, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Cordelia... Oh, okay. Willow could be out underneath like a stack of books. Like a shelf, that's the word. I don't know where Xander is. And I think Cordelia ran. I'm not entirely sure on that. But like, what happens here is that Buffy runs in, and then she, like, nobody was there to meet her. Like, she just saw Kendra's body on the floor. And the thing is that after that, somebody with a gun was just like, freeze or whatever. I mean, that just sounds like the police. I think they said freeze. Oh, you know what could be? It could be Snyder. Fucking whatever. It could be him. I'm not sure whose voice is that. I don't know. White Americans all sound the same. But it could be him, actually. I don't know. I'm just going to say it's the police, or it could be him. Because I'm trying to figure out how Snyder, if he's going to be relevant to the season. Because he entered in the season, well, not here in the previous season, actually. But in this season, you do get hints at the fact that, like, he knows stuff. So if that's the case, then I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, maybe he can actually, like, help out in some way. Or not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much he knows. I'm not sure how much he wants to do. But like, if he's going to be relevant, then this is the moment to do so. Because it's the final episode. So if he's going to be relevant, then maybe he can come in. Maybe he's the guy with the gun. And I don't know if you can help or not. I don't know what's going on. It could just be the police, but to just throw the police in there and just be like, freeze, a stuff cliffhanger. I'm just sitting here like, not much of a cliffhanger, is it? I don't know what else to say about this episode because this is a part 1, so I don't know where to go here. I mean, I like this narration right here at the end. I mean, I like the narration throughout that Angelus gives. I don't know if he's the one giving the narration at the end of the episode, but it could be. Bottom line is, even if you see them coming, you're not ready for the big moments. No one asked for their life to change. Not really, but it does. So what are we? Helpless? Puppets? No. The big moments are gonna come. You can't help that. It's what you do afterward that counts. That's when you find out who you are. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Like, that also weaves a little bit into the show's main theme a little bit. The main thing that it does, which is the show is kind of a coming of age story. I mean, I think it is. Like, it's called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The show is about Buffy, and the entire time we keep seeing things that change in Buffy's life and that she keeps learning. So it sounds a little bit like a coming of age story to me. I see that as like the show's main thing. So when here we're talking about change, about how even if you're expecting it, it won't really matter once the change really shows up, and that you can't really stop them. You can't change that. The only thing you can do is what you do afterwards. You can't really change the past or prevent the future. The only thing you can do is just like handle how you feel about it and the choices you decide to do later. Really, that's the only thing you can do. So that's interesting. So that's something I really like. That's just a message I like. I'm not sure how this is gonna intertwine with next episode, so we'll see where next episode goes. Next episode is the final episode of the season, and I'm gonna stop this video here. I'm just gonna let you guys know that the next episode of the season, and if you made it to the very end of this video, congratulations. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people just show up for their reaction, but if you're here, congratulations. Here's your reward. A special notice. Next episode should be coming out later this week, or I don't know, on Sunday. Let's say Sunday. Like, I don't know, actually. I'm gonna try for it to come out on Sunday or something, because I just finished Cowboy Bebop, which is one of those shows that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life, probably. Cowboy Bebop is really good. Go watch it. The ending to that show is fucking good. But that's besides the point. Because Cowboy Bebop is over, and because I'm about to get fucked up by Chainsaw Man, Doctor Who, and maybe Bleach, then what I'm gonna be doing this month is that after this episode comes out, the next weekend, I'm not sure when, I'm not gonna give you a promise, but the next weekend, I think Buffy should show up again. The final episode of the season 2 of Buffy should come out then. And if you missed what I said previous week, I confirmed that I will be watching Buffy season 3, which is something I promised you guys that I would do if Buffy did well on the channel, and guess what? It did. And in fact, I've seen people just showing up being like, hey, here's my weekly comment and like to your Buffy reactions, and I'm just sitting here like, you know what, I appreciate that. You know, that's a real one, because that guy is just there to boost his, like, algorithm stats, you know, so shout outs to that person's a real one. But yes, Buffy's been doing well. I've been having fun with it, so I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna keep watching season 3 whenever that happens. I won't be watching season 3 right away, because I'm about to get fucked up by Chainsaw Man, Doctor Who, and Bleach, but in a couple of weeks I will be starting season 3, maybe at the end of October for Patreon. For YouTube, it's gonna be like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks from now, I don't know. So you're gonna get a couple of weeks of not Buffy happening, but I will return to the show in a little bit. So yes, I'm just letting y'all know that that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna repeat myself next week, not next week, next weekend. But well, anyway, that's it. If you're really impatient, like real impatient, you cannot wait for like 4 days or whatever, then you can go to Patreon. And in Patreon, you're gonna already find the next episode available for you. I personally would wait a couple of days instead of wasting money for it. But if you just want to waste a couple bucks, then you can watch it real quick right now. It's right there for you. Also, full-length reactions. If you just wanted to watch me watch the entire episode or the entire show with you, that's fine too. We can do that as well. But anyway, that's all I can say. That's gonna be it for this first part to this finale. I'm just gonna go now. It's like almost midnight. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. See you guys next time. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next one already, it's up on Patreon, as well as full-length reactions and just support the channel in general. That would help me a lot. Thank you so much for being here with me. Check out my social media, my Twitch. I do all sorts of all this cool stuff. See you guys next time. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.